Hey guys, I gotta be honest with you. I just came from Easter lunch with my family and I am stuffed full. I feel like having a nap right now. Okay, I maybe die. Maybe I will die. But show must go on. Roll in, roll. Well, this is an ironic video to be making now that I'm feeling groggy from being way too full. Eating a lot of sweets also, desserts. But well, here it goes. You guys know that my channel is mostly about fitness. But I talk about concepts and I talk about the physical, the physiological aspects. I talk about the moving the weights and which cardios to do and the benefits and detriments of protocols of training. But I gotta be real with you guys. There's something that a lot of fitness people don't talk about. And they should, because even though it is a very complicated subject to talk about, it is really what determines if someone that wants to go to the gym but actually never did will actually start going. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? This. Talking about the mind. What actually matters when you want to change your life and start new, better habits is your mind. Is being mindful of what is important and really having the fortitude to put aside the instant gratification that you get from doing the things that feel good right now and doing the things that don't feel good right now but will feel awesome in a month, in a half a year or in a year. And I really wanted to touch upon this, upon the mind, because for me, when I started going to the gym consistently, and believe it or not, you guys might look at me and be like, well, you're nothing special, you're normal. Yeah, of course. I know, but when I started a year and 2 months ago, I was not normal. I was overweight, really overweight. Now I look way better, trust me. And I'm still going, I'm still in the beginning. This is nothing for me. I have full knowledge that I will do this for the rest of my life because I like doing it. And how did I go from not wanting to go to the gym to not really living without going to the gym and actually missing it now that I am in quarantine like you guys? How do you make such a big jump? There are a lot of aspects to consider when you're talking about the mind. But today I wanted to focus on something, on only one aspect, because there's way too many to cover, and I wanted to talk about this one in specific. That's at the time when I joined the gym, I didn't really even notice. I didn't even know that I was doing it, but I was, and that's maybe one of the great reasons that I actually made that jump. And what I'm talking about is dopamine. Yeah, dopamine. For those of you that don't know it, dopamine is the chemical that's released in your brain when you do something that is rewarding. But most of the times, nowadays, what is rewarding to your brain is detrimental to yourself. What are the biggest dopamine triggers? Well, they are social media, checking your phone, seeing what other people are doing, receiving a message, being acknowledged by other people online. So that's one. Another big trigger, smoking, drugs, alcohol. You take a little puff of nicotine, damn, you're good. And I myself am guilty of this. Because right now I do not smoke, but I used to smoke for quite some years. I started at age 18 and only really quit age 23 this year. Well, it was kind of going in the same time I started going to the gym, because at that time I didn't really cut it, but I was smoking way less. And that's one of the reasons that I actually went to the gym. But I will talk about it more ahead. Like I said, alcohol. You take a shot, you feel great. You take two, you feel great. You take three, you won't remember what you did that night, and you'll feel awesome for the night. We're just not going to talk about the morning after. Drugs. God, everyone tried drugs at some time. It feels good. It is what it is. It releases dopamine, so it feels good. Now, why I said it is ironic for me to do this video while I'm stuffed of goodies and food and desserts, is because food is a big dopamine trigger also. But not every food. The good stuff, the fatty food, the sugary food, the burgers, the ice creams, the potato chips, all the good stuff. Another big one in today's age, pornography. Probably most of you, or at least a good portion of you, or okay, let's be optimistic, some of you watch porn at least once a day. That fries your circuit, or your dopamine circuit. The fuck? It fries your dopamine because pornography releases a lot of dopamine. One of your major instincts as a human is to reproduce. You know that. So when you go on a pornography session or a pornography spree and you see the equivalent of all the sexual partners your ancestors had in like 1 hour, what do you think that does to your dopamine centers? They explode. And these are just some. Television also, big one. These are some of the biggest dopamine triggers that you have in your life. And why am I talking to you? Why am I saying this to you guys? Why am I talking about dopamine in the fitness video? Because if your brain can get access to instantaneous rewards, to instantaneous dopamine, if your brain can get a square of chocolate and with no effort you put it in your mouth and you get dopamine in your brain and you feel good, what do you think you will feel if you go to the gym? Because the gym is one of the activities that also releases dopamine, but it releases dopamine very slowly. You need to first get to the gym, you need to actually leave the house, get in your car, get in the gym, put your equipment on, go to the room, feel bad because you're not used to going to the gym, be sore, feel tired, feel aching, start sweating, feel uncomfortable, and then maybe when you're getting to the late part of your training you will feel good. Why? Because it is a slow release of dopamine. And it is a big contrast from the things that you are used to, which is smoking, drinking, pornography, television, social media, everything that is instantaneous. It's you take a puff of your cigarette, dopamine in your brain right away. So, now that you guys know this, what did I do? One of the many things that I did, and the one I'm talking about today, when I started going to the gym, that actually made me walk that door and get my subscription. I didn't know that at the time, but I actually did a dopamine detox. What's a dopamine detox? It is taking all the biggest dopamine hits, and you can Google them because I don't know them all. I just know the major ones, like the ones I said until now. And you take those dopamine triggers, and if you can, you remove them all. You remove them all at once, if you can. But you cannot. It's like, imagine one day you're living your normal life, where you probably have one of these triggers that is really active in your life, at least one. And you go from doing this to not doing it in one day, I mean, you cannot take it, it's too much. But what I actually started doing before I went to the gym is progressively cutting, not removing. I actually didn't remove any of the things that I talked about. No, I did remove some, but not many. But I removed some as much as I could, and I really cut drastically in all the others. I used to eat a lot, and I mean a lot. And it wasn't good food either. I used to eat a lot of ice cream. I used to eat a lot of potato chips. I cut them off. I started eating once a week. It wasn't ideal, but it was way better than what I was doing. I smoked. I continued smoking for a while when I joined the gym. But instead of smoking as much as I did, I really cut the number of cigarettes I had in a day. I used to drink. That one I cut off completely. I used to watch a lot of pornography, but I came into the NoFap community and stuff. I didn't actually do NoFap, but I really drastically cut my pornography intake from once a day. Yeah, once a day actually, to once every week. I really went, and without knowing that it would be good for... I mean, I knew it would be good for me, but I didn't know how. I actually started doing a dopamine detox myself. So what do I recommend to you guys so that you can actually start taking action and go to the gym? Do a dopamine detox. Start now. You don't need to do anything drastic. You just need to cut as much as you can comfortably without it being way too much, causing you to relapse. Start chipping away at it slowly. You took time to build these habits, you will need time to break them down. That's what I would recommend for you. Going to the gym, or best saying it in a best way, not going to the gym isn't actually your fault. It isn't because you are you were born lazy or you were born not a gym guy. No, it's very much in your environment. Things that you didn't even know, like this. I mean, you grew up with social media, with the porn, with the sugar, with the all things that didn't exist or started coming shortly after you were born, probably. And you were born with those. You didn't know they were bad, nobody taught you that. But now that you know, start working at it. Because once your dopamine levels actually drop to a sensible level, to a natural, to a good, healthy level, you will start finding going to the gym tolerable. Way much tolerable. And you will naturally, it will get to a state where you can and you will voluntarily go to the gym, and it won't be as painful. And after a while, after you actually develop the habit, you will like going to the gym, because going to the gym also releases dopamine. It's just less than you are used to. So, resuming, do a dopamine detox. Cut or remove, if you can, most of the things or all of the things that we talked about. And you will see improvements in your life. Not just in the gym, or not just in start going to the gym. In every aspect. You can trust me on this one. I know. That's it, guys. Have a good one.